Frustration. I know, it pops in. One of the most common questions that I get, or a very common question, is how quickly can I get to this point? To lose this weight, to be more fit, to have the joint stop hurting, whatever. And my answer is, because I don't know. Everyone's different, and it's dependent on so many variables. It's dependent on where you've been before, how hard you might work, how long you'll do this. But I'm going to show you a story that hopefully will help. Stop looking at it in terms of how much am I going to get in a certain amount of time? Because we don't know that. Nobody does. I mean, 20 pounds in a month, maybe, but that's pretty radical. I'm going to show you this picture if I click the button correctly. Okay. Yes, this was a long time ago. This was many years ago. This is one of the pictures, but I have a story behind this that I love to share. I was, before, in the left picture, believe it or not, 6 months before that, I was training for the 10,000 meters in the Olympic trials. And the day I quit, I literally was like Forrest Gump. In fact, the movie was like out at the time, and everybody would yell, you go for a run out in the street, and everybody would start yelling, go Forrest, go. Anyway, kind of like in the movie, I just stopped. And I was like 4 miles from home, and I just turned and I walked all the way home. I'm like, I'm done. I don't know why. I was done. I was 28 years old, and I had been running and training my whole life, and I knew I'd make it to the Olympic trials. That wasn't too hard, but I wasn't going to get past that. Not even close. So I let it go. I just enjoyed myself. I did not exercise one bit, and I ate everything under the sun. And then I decided, oh my gosh, look at how horrible I looked. For me, right? And yes, I know in that left picture, I'm sticking everything out. Okay. So I did what was called the Body for Life. It was Bill Phillips, EAS sports supplement company. He had Muscle Media magazine, I think. Anyway, it was this competition that he put out. And he said, in 12 weeks, transform yourself as much as you possibly can. And what he wanted to do is bring bodybuilding to the average citizen. And I'd never done that before. I was a skinny little distance runner. Well, chubby little distance runner. And those two pictures are exactly 12 weeks apart. 2 points with that. The first point is, I am exactly 160 pounds in both pictures. So I know, the scale doesn't really tell us much. And so when you're frustrated that the weight is not going down, consider that it might be, and you might be increasing muscle. And let's talk about that. If you think that might be, that's another video for another time, talking about body fat composition and things like that. Here's the real kicker. The story I want to tell you is that in that first picture, 4 weeks after that, to the day, I'm looking in the mirror and I saw nothing. No results, no change, nothing. Now, my workout regime and my eating was perfect. I didn't miss one workout, one rep, did not put one morsel of food in my mouth that I wasn't supposed to. I did everything perfect. And I looked in the mirror at 4 weeks and I'm like, this doesn't work. For me, genetically, I'm a distance runner. I'm never going to be bigger. I'm never going to look like those guys. It's impossible. And I remember telling a guy at the gym who was a bodybuilder, and I said that to him, and I said, this just doesn't work. And he's like, then quit. And he was kind of being sarcastic, I think. But I didn't quit. And it was like the next day or two, I looked in the mirror and it was like, oh my gosh, look at this. Look at my shoulders. Look at this. And I started seeing the difference, but I didn't see anything for 4 weeks. Now here's the second kicker. From that day, I didn't really see any more results until about 8 weeks. There's kind of a 4-week cycle, kind of makes sense, like this 28 or 30-day hormonal cycle, right? Even though men are different. And I know I'm telling you this story and I'm a man, and you're like, well, it's easier for you and you were younger. Okay, that's not the point. The point is, I didn't see anything for 4 weeks, and then I saw something, and then I saw more in 8 weeks. Here's what I will tell you, is that if you do the right thing long enough and quit looking for results. I know we have you weigh in every morning, but that's more for us, and maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe that's the wrong way to do it. But if you quit looking every day for results and looking in the mirror, and then here's what we do, is we stress ourselves. Cortisol going up, you're stressed, you're angry, you're saying mean things in your head. Don't forget, your mind doesn't know the difference between what someone is really saying to you and the talk you're giving yourself in your head. So we're down on ourselves, we're frustrated. And then we add on top of that life, family, all the stuff that we have to do. And it's like, I can't fit this into my life. Listen, you just do the little bits that you can do over and over for a long enough period of time, and you'll get results. It may not be in your timeline. It may not be exactly how and when you want it, but it will happen. You've just got to be diligent with it. So I have other pictures too of times that, and I did this, I've done this before and after. By the way, this is like the 10th time I've done this in my life, because I let it go a little bit and then I have fun getting it back, and I let it go a little bit. The point is just be patient, be diligent, do the best you can every day. Don't get down on yourself. Don't get stressed about it. And if it gets a little too complicated or too much, let it go. Move on. Do better the next day. Because eventually it will work. And there will be a day that you'll turn around and look in the mirror, or someone will tell you something and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm like really changing. So I wanted to share this with you because I think this was an important story for me. The fact that I'm the same weight in both pictures, and the fact that I didn't see anything for 4 weeks and then nothing again until 8 weeks. And then literally the week before that 12th week, I really kicked it into high gear as hard as I could and saw pretty good results. Pretty good for a little guy. So anyway, I hope that helps, and I'll share some more of this in a little bit. Have a good day.